In order to succeed, you actually need to be a little bit stupid. You may be thinking to yourself right now, what do you mean I need to be a little bit stupid? Well, here is the thing. When you're smart, uh, and when you are a logical thinker, you have the most amazing skill set of understanding where problems could lie and foreseeing those problems. For example, before getting into a car with strangers, you think about the fact that these are strangers and where this could go. Because you know that they're strangers, you don't know these people, and you never know if they will drive you home or if they will drive you to a club. You don't know that. Now, obviously, I'm not talking about stupidity in that sense. I'm talking about stupidity in the sense of you need to be a little bit stupid to go through with your successes. Because when you're smart, as I just gave you that example, obviously that's not what I'm talking about, but when you are smart, you have the most amazing excuses because you are able to foresee a lot of possible situations that could happen before they happen. But those situations then lead you to not go through with what you want to go through with because you fear that happening and you know that that can happen and you think it's just not worth it. And not only that, but your excuses just get better because you say one thing to yourself, like, oh, I'm going to do this, and then you think to yourself that, oh, but da 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 da. And you just make an amazing excuse to justify as to why you're not going to do something. So not only do you foresee situations that could happen that then make you excuse, you know, not showing up, but also you just have overall amazing excuses because you're able to come up with an excuse that you yourself are able to believe in. So this is where the problem is. You need to be a little bit stupid because you have to be a little bit delusional. And not a little bit, you actually have to be very delusional because you have to believe that you will make it no matter what. You have to believe that things will work out for you, even if things look like they are going completely against you. You need to be stupid in that sense. You need to be a little bit stupid because you can't allow these excuses to get to you and you can't allow and justify not going through with things and not taking action because of a certain situation that could come up. But the thing is, that situation might not come up. And not only that, but you have to be stupid to go into a situation that you are not ready for. However, when it comes to business, when it comes to entering the acting industry, music industry, dentistry, I don't know, whatever you want to go into, you start off not knowing what you're doing. And the thing is, you're going to run into challenges as you're going through with these things. You're going to run into challenges where you don't know what you're doing. And the thing is that the greatest minds in the world, they didn't know what they were doing in the beginning. They had an idea, they just did whatever, as I mentioned in so many other videos of mine, where they didn't strive for perfection. They tried to get as good as they could at the time, but they know that this isn't the best it will ever be. And they just went through with it. And they knew that they don't know a lot. It's the understanding that you know that you don't know. So you have to be a little bit stupid because no logically thinking human being goes into a situation that they don't know how to handle. But the thing is that is what happens when you have goals. You have to place yourself. You have to place yourself. You will need to be in a situation where you don't know how to handle it. You have to, because that's what's going to happen to you on the daily. You're going to be placed in a situation that you don't know how to handle, and you're going to have to just figure it out, or have people, or start communicating with people, and maybe these people know what to do. You have to place yourself in these situations. This is why I'm saying you have to be a little bit stupid, because I'm delusional. Because otherwise, you will stay stagnant. Because everything is actually pretty stupid. Everything is. Like, for example, me recording these videos to you guys may not seem stupid, but I look a little bit stupid because I'm spending time recording videos that barely get any views. So not only, so I do look pretty stupid. And that's not the situation that I'm talking necessarily about here. That was actually a very bad example. But even me with these trousers, like, what in the world? I have to be a little bit stupid because I I don't because I do understand. But I don't know how to handle millions of customers. I don't know how to handle that. And I won't know until I have to be placed in a situation where I have to handle things like that. Where if you just start and you put your product out there, you have the opportunity to have millions of customers. You have that opportunity to do that. And not only do you have the opportunity, there is a chance that that can happen. Whereas if I just sat here and did nothing, I wouldn't even give myself that chance. The thing is that you, as I keep mentioning in this video, you have to be a little bit stupid. You have to be delusional. And you have to understand that you will not know how to do everything. So stop putting yourself back and not doing things simply because of the fact that you know that you don't know how to handle a situation that can come up. You will just have to figure it out while it's there. Because that's exactly what happened with everybody else that achieved successes. You have to be delusional in the aspect that you will win. Because if you are not delusional, and if you don't believe you will win, you won't win. You won't achieve your dreams and goals because you don't believe you can. And it all starts with your core beliefs. Do you believe you can do it? Same thing as I mentioned in a previous video. You believe that you will pass your driver's license test because so many people have passed it before. But what if you went in, you did the whole course, but you don't believe you'll actually get your driver's license? It would all be pointless. And the thing is, because you don't believe, it won't happen because you don't believe that it will happen. So you will not put 100% of your efforts, 101% of your efforts, because you have to put in more than 100%. You won't put that into your work. And in order to get a return, you have to exchange something first. You have to put something in to get something out. It's the way everything works. Where your energy goes, it has to flow back to you. But if you're not putting in any energy, it's not going to the right places. It's not. And another thing is, I just forgot what I was going to say, but 1 second, I'll think about that. Yeah, you have to be delusional. Just as I think I mentioned this in a previous video, unless it was a video that I didn't upload, because there's a lot of videos that I didn't upload. When you are stuck in this loop, that I did record that video and I did post actually. When you are stuck in a loop and you feel like you keep repeating the same things over and over and over and over and over and over again, as I said, a lot of the things that actually will push you forward and push you out of that loop and actually push you into a new direction will seem very stupid to you. For example, I do not like to tell myself and give myself positive affirmations. In fact, there is a lot of negativity in my speech, specifically towards myself. There is a lot of negativity in that. However, I have to understand that if I'm not going to start speaking positively over everything in my life, I'm not going to get positive results. And I would think to myself, but why should I sit here and think to myself, I am enough, and stuff like that, when I know that this isn't the best of me, when I know that this is quite literally one of the worst versions of me that exists? Why would I sit here and say that and lie to myself? Why would I do that when I know that I'm not where I'm meant to be at, and I know that me as a person, I'm not happy about where I am? But if I don't start saying those things, I won't get out of that negative loop because I'm stuck in a negative cycle of quite literally giving myself hate speech. And how am I meant to get a positive out of negative in the way that I'm saying? So you have to start being a lot more positive. You have to actually start opening up these doors for yourself and actually doing the things that you find a little bit stupid. And on top of that, remember that before you are, you have to fake being it. For example, you don't like to say no, you're scared of saying no to people. You have to just start saying no to people until you feel comfortable. You might never start feeling comfortable, but eventually it will be a lot better than in the beginning. You have to start faking like you are okay with saying no before you actually are okay with saying no to the things you don't want to do or say or whatever. Another thing is that this is how everything works. I keep getting that one video of that guy talking about how it literally occurs without sleep. You have to close your eyes and pretend you're sleeping before you actually fall asleep. You have to pretend you're confident before you actually become confident. You have to pretend you know how to, I don't know, you have to pretend you know what you're doing before you actually know what you're doing. You have to pretend, you have to fake it. Not necessarily fake it till you make it, but in a certain aspect, absolutely. Because with that, you are basically rewiring your brain to create new habits. So you have to fake it. You have to fake it until you make it. You have to be a little bit stupid. You have to be delusional. Because logical, if you are going to start going into your goals and dreams logically, thinking very logically and being very smart about it, you may not necessarily end up where you want to be. Because you will have to make a lot of stupid choices sometimes to get to where you want to be. For another example is that maybe you guys don't look at her in a positive light. I'm not going to voice my opinions on her. However, Kim Kardashian, what she absolutely nailed is her marketing and her strategy on how to become what she wanted to be, which was famous. And that is that she talked about how Britney Spears was in a hotel. This was after something big happened with Britney, and she, with her friend, knew that the paparazzi were going to be there. So what she did is that she drove to that hotel that Britney Spears was in, and she just went into the hotel. Paparazzi took a bunch of pictures of her. She stayed there for like 15 minutes, and then she left. Paparazzi took pictures of her again, and then in the tabloids and the headlines, everywhere said that Kim Kardashian went to meet Britney. If she sat down and talked to you guys about it, and if she sat down and said to you that this was what she's going to do, it seems stupid. Like, it actually is stupid. But it's stupidly smart. You have to be stupidly smart. Because as stupidly strategic. It's all about that. You have to be a little bit stupid going into things because you have to believe you can do it. Even when all odds are against